Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff Farkas. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are 11th of December 2019. Remind you, this one is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue, saying when you're receiving this recording. As well, thank God for another day into my life and I pray His blessings today in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Oh, yesterday was the 10th of the month. Normally the British move quite good, and there we are. Today we have 11:30 CPI with the US and core CPI as well, so that will be continue having, and the FOMC, which is very heavy there. So yeah, we'll see that we are Thursday here. We need to see what the dollar really is going to perform. This looks to me that it has some support there, very heavy support. It's just that it hasn't really been for the dollar in a quite good year with all these moves. Anyway, all right. Yesterday we did have Tuesday. We have to do this one. So the first one was that US yen. Now one thing that Euro Australia. Well, this one was in a quite nice scenario. The Euro US Swiss to go in short over there. In US Swiss, there it is, so that was there, and a beautiful break, and there we go. So at least it's one trade, when we see these opportunities in here, that's really what is it matters there. And then the next one was now I have the Euro Australia, but for some reason I'm in Australian yen. So it does mean that I somehow mess up, I believe. Anyway, Australian yen was another good one. Breaks we got there in Australian yen. There it is. And it would break today would be stop loss 20 pips, and that's it. And then Euro Australia, for some reason I didn't put it. So if we look in the Euro Australia yesterday, there it is. So yesterday, the 10th of December, the Australia was negative, the Euro was positive, and that's why there we go. Okay, now what I want to do today as the market approach, I just want to have a little bit of review of this as well with this one. Okay. Now we say that we say in the sample there. There we are. Oh, there we are. I was looking for this one. It was somewhere else. All right. So if we look in the beginning of this week, the Swiss, we're just gonna pick a random thing. The Swiss is actually with a very good sort of setup. So if the Swiss from the 12th to the 2nd to the 9th of December has done that, so I'm interested to see what the weekly candle close says on the Swiss. So this has been 2 weeks now. Oh no, that's the daily. Sorry, weekly. There we are. So we do have actually we do have in a list over there. So we're looking at that Swiss. We look in the beginning of the there. It would be over here. And the beauty of the weekly candle close, waiting for the daily to tell you It's just acting in this. This is what it says. This is what it is. Resistance, boom, and that it is. Swiss yen maybe was not that clear, but maybe here in this kind, the Swiss yen, you're waiting for a daily up. This is the sorry, the one now. I was looking for the 4 hours. That's better. Now this is a quite nice consolidation. So if I look the Swiss yen, well, it's been quite choppy both. That's what I don't like it. This one, 7 weeks, and now the 8 week. It seems like, and now we have an ABC direction, very clear. And if we look at the break, very clear ABC direction for that one and there. Anyway, so looking just this week, what is there. So that's the Euro Swiss. Not that we trading, but it's showing you because what at the end of the day is just some mathematic numbers inside, who telling us what is happening over there. So and then there it is. From here, there is the trade. Ain't nothing more that we can do. Is the first week that turns around, and there we are. Pound Swiss. Now in this case, the Swiss is not strong here. The pound is more strong. So because when we put it the pound was a stronger currency to follow here. All right. Australian Swiss, maybe not clear. New Zealand Swiss. The New Zealand is stronger than the Swiss, and Canadian Swiss now maybe is a different scenario. So here I said I don't like sometimes what it is that the tail, but this is a nice ABC anyway. As we look in ABC, and there it is. Now we're looking just random around over here, New Zealand. Now, what is the key always is going to be is to identify this move. All right, so at the 11th of November, at the 18th of November, we have a shift. So that's what we want to be looking. We have a shift. So this shift, they need to be observed by here it's been sideways for 2 weeks. Suddenly, the market decides to break the sideways there, and that it is. So that's the 18th of November when the New Zealand shows there and over here. Now from here I want to see the weekly first, so I'm looking through the whole list at once at the moment. So I come over here, and that it is. Is the first week that turns around? Yes. Do we have a breakout in ABC? Yes, support and everything over there, and that from that there. Connect the EA and let it run. I think if from everyone who wants to work in a very passive way with the system, the weekly candle close should be one strategy really to get it, forget about the rest, and then there it is. All right, so looking this shifting. Now if we look in the 18th of November here as well in the weekly, there it is. So if we look in the New Zealand, there's the New Zealand. Last week New Zealand was weak and possible there. So even here agree that move is acceptable. This is very visual, in here you could be very easily looking for short, looking for longs, for short, for long, short, long, short, long, short, and at the end of the day you give up and say no, this is not working anymore. But this is when the noise is cutting. No matter how many groups you want to trade, I believe this is a very plain way, very cool way, and that's how it works from there. We look in the New Zealand yen. Yep, that's a positive week. Up and down, positive week over there. We come to the EA. We're looking and entry the break, stop loss, midpoint there, and there it is. It's running beautiful. Euro New Zealand. Wow, after all this week, that's a nice week, and and here it is, the weekly says though, and then it is the market towards the end of the week. Put the trade, and that it is right until right now. Pound New Zealand didn't go anywhere because when you look at the pound at the same time over there, the pound is on the highest level. So we know that this is the currencies that we don't look at, and that it is. Australia, New Zealand, first week. Can we say it all together? First week. It has to be the first week that we connect the trade. Uh, and my live account is still running that one there. I'm not thinking to moving yet, and that it is. First week, look for entry, go over there, and actually this one alone is actually on a $20,000 on $1 million account. One trade, 1 week, and the rest. There it is. That's not bad, good, huh? Just to do in the first week that turns around, and this is what we need to be looking. As I say, the daily will give you a lot of headaches. Yes, it's nice and exciting. You can be in and out and blah blah blah. But this one, is really what and let the index meter, pointing out over there. As I say, keep saying the US and the yen group is, I think it's more than we can handle. Like that, or pick the group that you want. New Zealand Canadian, first week, and that it is. Choppy choppy, but it's still going in the same direction. New Zealand Swiss, first week, and that it is. It's just entry, stop loss, and running over there. And yeah, so that's, by looking one index alone, I think that, you can be looking. We look the Swiss, we look this one over there. Let's look the Canadian now. Now here we have some so we're looking, no, why you do that? There. We're looking over here. Why are we looking over there? Because look what happened from this week to this week to this week and to that week. So the 4th of November, which would be somewhere over there, the Canadian is in that. So when I now, I can just look the beta with the other index, but I just want to be looking over there. And one thing that I want to be looking over here is that the first week is the Canadian. Here is telling us the Canadian is weak, isn't it? So that's what it's telling us over here. So let's put it the color it should be. So that's what it's telling me over there. Canadian is weak. So yep, the weekly is showing me over there. That's my entry over there. Choppy, but still going in the direction that I'm looking over there. Canadian yen, first week. Yes, it is first week coming over here, and that it is towards that. And break even doesn't hurt anyone. Euro Canadian first week. Yep. But what happened the next week? Nothing. The market did not enter into that trade. The market just came down. Pound Canadian first week. Yep. And up towards the end of the week was not there. Maybe in this week, possible could be there. And that's it. Australian Canadian first week, and nothing happened through the week, so we closed that trade. New Zealand Canadian first week, we're looking over here, and nothing happened to that week, so we walk away. Canadian Swiss first week, we're looking to go short. The whole market went up. I would have closed that one and look for the new review on the following week from from that one there. So now here we see that that week went up and that week is come down, so it seems like this one is not really doing that well. So the Canadian is weakened again, and it's about to get an entry. This one will continue the weakness into that. Australian Canadian, that's the first week. The market rejects over there, so that's fine. So that was, nice ABC, looking to go long, but here is the final filter. Pound Canadian continue going up. Euro Canadian, now this one doesn't look that good. Canadian yen looking to go the week the Canadian is short, and look what happened. So that's when we can just continue looking and doing in that direction. Whether we are looking to go long, looking to go short, and make sure always having that these things over there. Okay, so we're looking the euro, or the US. There we are. Look at that. 1 week up, 1 week down, 1 week up, 1 week sort of continue up, and this week is down. So this is when if we concentrate with some groups, you can actually do it. Now, what I like it as well, looking week by week, it really match a lot here. It really point me to the direction that I want to be looking. If I look, for example, on the yen pair, I want to look in the first week that turns around, and here I can see that from the 7th of October to the 14th of October, we have a shifting. So we look in the shifting weekly. So if we look in the 14th of October, 10, 17, it should be the 11th of October, 7 plus 7, 14. Something is no right. The 14th. No, this is November, sorry. That's what I say. There we are. So that's the 14th of October. So we're looking at the yen is shifting from there. Now, if I come over here and I look at yen thingy, and that's the 14th of October. So it's really, and what I like it of this one is because we just set up a Monday the trades, and it's very clear whether we're looking over there or we're looking over here. Both give us actually the same thing. All right, so it's just that that it is. So that's for the 14th of October. We're looking that the yen is a strong. Sorry, it's weak. So therefore now from there, I'm looking all the yen crosses, and that it is. This wants to move over there. Sounds well better than the other ones. I have to look the US right there. Euro yen. Look at over there. 1 week of profit. That's no problem. Pound yen. Another week of profit. That it makes me happy. 2 weeks run. New Zealand yen. Sort of 2 weeks. Canadian yen. 2 weeks, and Swiss yen another week. So the weekly really, it is a good sort of kind, of how to look for these, setups. As we looking, like I said, try to trade A groups, could be too much. So tomorrow we're going to be looking what happened with the weekly decisions that we made, how we're going with those ones, and yeah, and from there over there. But like I said, the main thing is to try to get the shifting. I try to get in the heavy numbers, and when I look the numbers, for example, here I want to be looking what happened the last week. So that it give me a quite good clue. The pound, here it was the big week that everything ran from the 14th of October. If I look the pound maybe was already in the 7th of October was already done rain. but the pound was weak the previous, so it being strong, weak, strong, and from there it went just, quite 2 weeks more. So if I look in the 7th of October, which will be the next one over there, and I look in everything related with the pound US, there it is. Breaks. Pound yen normally will follow the same. This is interesting now as well when we come over here and we looked at the day, knowing that the pound is on a rallied up, maybe the yen, yeah, so there's quite nice. And then if we look in the euro pound, the same. Look the middle through the middle of the week, breaks, and still until now moving down. Now remember, in the 4 hours we need to have this the 40, not the 30, and there it is, smooth very much over there. So pound Australia, even with a candle like that, look what is, the strength in the on the 14 is telling us that this is moving. Pound Canadian, there it is. Pound New Zealand, even with that, market breaks. And pound Swiss, there it is. So see, I really, I think it, when we're looking on here, and you said I'm going to pick one index only. So the job really is to pick week by week what it did relates to the last Monday. So this is not 5 days, this is 6 days of data, which will help us a lot to, to say, okay, this is what is happening over there. Let's look to go long, no, short, long, short. If this is, no, this is short and this is long. This is the other way around. And that it is. And then you just, you just coming over there, coming over here, coming over here. Oh, here we got some kind of recovery. At least you got 1 week, at least you got 1 week. Now next week, look where we're gonna finish with the yen. And that's always is gonna be a good news at the end of the day. And this is, some people actually trade only the yen crosses because I reckon, this is a quite nice move. And as I said, I like the US crosses, but this is the job of once a week. Is actually, if I would have Richard is there. Richard is here. What would you think, Richard, to have an index meter where I can have, this from Monday to Monday, Monday to Monday, Monday to Monday, Monday to Monday, Monday to Monday. You reckon it should be, it's possible with this? Look now how different it looks here, huh? Completely smooth. So we are just interesting Monday to Monday setup, and there we are. That's, it looks quite okay that way, yeah. So I know that this week I come to look for trades. Here I come to look for trades. Here another one and another one over there. So we could have, sort of what I call key days, key weeks would it be? And yes, that is sort of kind of not bad idea that here we can be looking to trade, and instead of looking just every day, just looking from Monday to Monday, and we have a trade like that. All right, so that's that it really it is what we have. Just use that draw in place of daily. Yeah, but we'll figure out how can I do that, but it's just gonna, but here it's not too hard really to look, what was from the last week. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't need to get the data from, so if this one, for example, is the 12, oh no, so for example, that's the US. Yeah, would it maybe need to get this is Monday to Monday, so from this Monday to this Monday, just draw the numbers. I will try to see what can I do that, but yeah, I don't see one thing that the one of the benefits to looking from that is not this one. The pound is being very, for example, here, I like to see that or maybe this one is better, yeah. So that this week, it looks like the market did move down, went up again, and it finished in his time. So then I can see in the daily. So my job is just to look visually, the day-to-day up over there. But yeah. All right, now the pound will have tonight. Tonight is the 12th, so tonight for us, early in the morning for them, the pound spreads could go very wild. So yeah, I don't think shopping any trades for now, and apart the weekly that is running already. But yeah, could we ended up at the moment, even now it has, the pound has been having quite good sort of kind of moves, as you see. Um, it's waiting for the tonight, I believe so, so that's what is not going anywhere at the moment. Could happen something tonight over there. All right, so be aware of that, because the volatility could run out over there um, at the end of the day. All right, so that would be the whole, say, I'm not feeling to open any other trade. So the Swiss we got yesterday, Australian we got yesterday. As we looking in here, Swiss was strong, Australian was weak, Euro was the same. Now it's getting stronger over here. As we look in there, the yen is shifting today. Maybe next week would be good. New Zealand continuing maybe his pullback. The pound has gained strength. Canadian sort of the same in US. Is there now the US we got in the here? Not here. The US has a negative move. Actually 2 points. But when we look in the US, actually did have some kind of it's going sideways. Yeah, it's definitely going sideways over there. Nothing that we can do. Anyway. Okay, so that's all. Unfortunately, I still not got a word from these guys from GMT about the other robots. So hopefully, just need to wait for them so I can incorporate it. Especially with the weekly kind of close, would be actually quite good job over there to see that one there. All right, so that was all. I did correct the index mirror today, so actually I need to send you that. I did have a mixing week somewhere over here for uh, this one here actually. It was, see, if you look at the old ones that you have here is, I think it was somewhere over here, I don't remember. 40, yeah, 43, 40. Oh no, this one is, I got missing. I was from the 30th of September to the 14th of October. So I did correct it today and just check it up. from there. All right, so tomorrow we're looking what the weekly is doing so far. As I say, this one is just once a week, sort of kind of looking up, you know, good weeks, and from there see what happened. All right. Have a good day. Then we see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Cheers and